Hey there. Today I'm going to walk you through how to create a listing flyer for the Cox Group. So right now we are going to go on ahead and we've got all of our photos. We have our listing feature cards that are already ready to go. They're in an email, so I'm just going to grab those from Melissa. And then we also need the comments from the MLS. So I'm going to show you every step of the way how to do this. So first of all, let's pull up PowerPoint. PowerPoint has better snap tools than anyone else. And so I'm just going to pull up the most recent flyer. That way I know that everything in there is very up to date. Okay, so this one was on Caribbean. This one's already done. So we're going to put together a new one. So first thing we're going to do is I've already gone through, and in this email or in the drive right here, I have all these photos. So as you can see down here on the bottom, I've already downloaded multiple photos. So you want to have at least 6 on the back side of it and at least 3 on the outside. And so depending on the way that the photos are taken by the photographer, that will depend on how many photos we need to have in the flyer. So I've already got those downloaded. So let's go into here and I'm just going to start importing those. So I'm going to go to Insert, Pictures, this device, and then I'm just going to go to Downloads. And I'm going to make this bar a little bit bigger here. So as you can see, I already have all these downloaded. So I'm going to press Control and then hold it down. Oop, not that one. And then I'm able to select all of these photos and insert them once. It saves you tons of time. Trust me. Give it just a second so it can think through it. And then it will go ahead and add them there. Do you see that? So what I do is I always just pull them off here to the side, drop them, click off of them. And then now we can start going through them. Okay, so I love this one. This one looks way better than most. And so I'm just going to crop this one in and try to pull it so that the margins are roughly about the same. Usually the easiest way to keep them the same is by putting other photos on top of it, of the old ones. So we've already got the old ones have been done well. And I didn't like that last picture, so I went on ahead and deleted it. Now I want to just get this one just right over it. Now in this photo, the photographer got in these curtains, which aren't great. They're not the prettiest things in the world. So let's try and crop those out really quick. So we're just going to click on the photo. You're going to go to crop. And then do you see how you can just pull this little bar right here over? That's all we're going to do. Okay, you click off of the photo. Let's reposition it, which actually by now, this one actually will look better over here. So I'm going to put it there. And since it's not going to quite line up with the way the last one was, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to click on the one behind it and I'm going to delete it. Okay, so this photo is going to have to be a little bit wider. So I'm going to put this photo here, which is wider, but it's got a bit more floor than what I typically like. And so I'm going to do that. Pull it up to about here. So that margin is roughly the same up here on the side and on the bottom. Okay. Then I'm going to go to crop. So I'm going to crop this photo. Sometimes you may have to double click on it in order to get the crop tool to show up here in the bar. That's just a quicker way to do it. I'm a bit impatient. So there we go. I don't love that the one behind it is still showing up just a tad. So I'm just going to pull it out. And line it up on the left-hand side. And then I would definitely say crop it to the margin. So let's get this to line up just a bit better because it is not. Sometimes you can use your arrow keys and that's a bit more effective. It just kind of depends on the day. Do you see how all those snap tools are coming up? It just works really, really good for the most part to use PowerPoint for these. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this crop job for just a second and get it lined up better. There we go, that looks better. Okay, so let's move on to the next pictures. So I'm just going to continue putting these in. line up the margins the best you can. And on this one, once again, we have a bit more floor than what we would like. This is a new photographer this time around. So he's still learning how to do this, and we are still coaching him through that process. So I'm going to line that up there. That looks good. Okay, so this is going to be a backyard photo. So I'm going to put that one over here for now. This is going to be a front yard photo. This is another front yard photo. I'm not quite sure out of those which one I like better at this point. Let's do this one. Just going to line that up above there. The nice part is that even if something's on top of it, it usually will move. I'm going to line it up right there. And once again, I'm going to crop out a little bit of that floor. There we go. Let's put a bathroom one down here because it's always important to have the bathroom photos. And it looks like that one's actually probably going to fit better over the fireplace one here. And that looks like that pulls that margin together a bit better. So let's do that. And since this is just going to be messy, I'm going to go ahead and just delete these two. And then, it went away. There we go. Sometimes if you grab it in between the slides, you can get it to come back. Now these center margins, I like to either have them tapering to the left, to the right, or have them one here, like one here, and then one on this side as well. So we could easily swap this, but it almost lines it up, and that doesn't quite look right. So we'll do it tapered, so it goes from the top right to the bottom left. And then, bedroom or downstairs den. Let's see which photo is going to fit better. I think the bedroom is going to fit better. I do believe so. Okay. I'm going to line that up just a bit more. Pull it till it comes there. Double click it. Maybe. Crop. I'm going to pull that in till it snaps right there where I want it. Click off of it. I'm going to shift that over just a hair. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to delete this photo. I'm going to highlight these. Well, I didn't. Sometimes it likes to highlight all three of them, and sometimes it does not. You can press Control, hold it down, then you can copy all three of those. Then I'm going to press Control C, copy that, or right click, copy. Okay, now we're going to go to the front cover. Okay, so we're going to go, I'm going to just click here, Control V, and then it puts all of them right here with you where you need them to be, so then you can just drag and drop them. Okay, so this still looks like a backyard photo. This one still looks like a backyard photo. This one looks like the front photo. So we're going to line this up the best we can. And using our little arrows on our keyboard, you may have to do a little bit more alignment. Go up, which I don't love the bottom of this photo, and I don't love the top. There's a lot of sky and there's a lot of sidewalk stuff over here. This is not liking being rearranged. Okay, we want this to line up at least on the left. And then there we go. It snapped into spot. Okay, now you're going to go, I'm going to pull it up just a little bit further. And then I'm going to double click, crop. And then I'm going to pull this border down here up till it snaps into place. And then that one right there is not going to matter at the top because we're going to move it backwards. So I'm just going to go send backwards. and then it puts it behind all of these things. Okay. So it looks like this is lined up here, but this is not lined up down here. Okay, so we need to click on that square or rectangle, pull it over till it snaps in place. That's where I want it. Now we're going to update this address, which this is 525 East 12th Street, Rifle. Okay, and so we're going to do, what do we call this one? Let's just do country living because it's a little bit country. And so I'm going to put that there. Then we can click on here, go back to the original page. And then do you see this? We're going to do country living here too. Okay, update the address here, which is 525 East 12th Street. Go down. Okay, Rifle, Colorado. The zip code, I do not remember the zip code for there, so we're going to go here. I just Google it and it's 81650. So then we're going to go back down here. It's 6. Okay. Now we've got to pull comments off of the MLS. So let's do that next. Oh, actually, let's finish the front page. Let's do this first. So this is going to be the back cover. And so this listing flyer actually folds in half right down the center. And so this is actually the front and the back, which is nice. And then you've got the inside, which is the other page that we are working on, that we just have almost done. And let's, okay, so that one snapped into place. Okay, so even though this doesn't quite line up with the picture behind it, it's okay because these still look good. And it's nice to have a little bit of extra space in it, but we could easily crop it more if we choose. But for me, for today, I'm just going to swap it around. We flip it around by just clicking on the item, grabbing the little circly doodad, and there you go. So on this listing, Travis is the one listing it. So as you can see right here, Travis is the lister and the listing agent. And then that way you know that he's the one doing it. Okay, now we're going to go into the MLS. So I'm just going to use the same tab. Paragon. Let's see if they have the listing comments in there. Listings, partials. Okay, we don't have any partials in here, so let's go check Travis's. Go log out. Listings, partials. Oh, that's right. Nope, not that one. Okay. Maybe it's just, I always forget that in Paragon you have to select. So let's try this one more time. Partials. Click on this and go to My Listings rather than Team Listings. Still no. Okay, well, I will continue this video once I have public comments, public remarks, because what's going to happen is we're going to take those public remarks. All we have to do is click on this first page here, double click this, copy paste from the public comments, and then paste them in here, and then that's it. So from here, you're going to go to File, you're going to go to Save As, and you're going to, yes, I know, got it. You're going to save this as a PDF. If you do not save it as a PDF, or if you leave it as a Microsoft document, they try to import or insert margins that we don't want. And so you have lots of white space around the outside of the thing. You don't want that. So for this, once you're done putting together the flyer, you want to save it as a PDF. And then from there, you can open it up in Adobe, and then you can print it much easier. And it turns out way better on the Keller Williams printers than if you don't do it. And you do print it on 11 by 17 cardstock, just so you know. But anyways, well, hopefully this was helpful. I'll add in the comments of the other part later, but have a good one.